What is plagiarism? Plagiarism is the intentional use of information from an outside source presented in a student's own paper or otherwise oral presentation without appropriately citing the source at that point in the presentation or in the paper where that information appears. Now, there are two types of plagiarism: casual plagiarism and flagrant plagiarism. Let me talk about the last one first. Flagrant plagiarism is simply what we call copying and pasting. You go out there on the internet or to some other source and you simply drop into your own writing information from that source word for word. That's a direct quotation, and without the citation, it is plagiarism. It's a lie. You're introducing information that I, as your instructor, you are asking to accept as your own study, as your own research, as your own experience. If that is not the case, if it's not your experience, not from information you gleaned yourself, then I am grading somebody else's work and not yours. I can't help you grow as a writer if you plagiarize information in your paper. Now, if you do it, you need to know this: that according to the Student Code of Conduct, the violation of flagrant plagiarism will result in an automatic 0 on the whole research paper, folks. The whole research paper, all parts of it, and as the final grade for the research paper itself. It will be very hard for you to pass the course if you plagiarize in your paper. Now, you need to know I check for plagiarism in every submission that students hand in to me for the research paper project and for other assignments as well. So just don't do it. Now, what do we mean by casual plagiarism? Casual plagiarism occurs at the sentence level within a paragraph that includes a citation. A citation is the name of the author and the name of the article or source from which that information comes. That citation appears in the paragraph at a certain point, but somewhat removed from that citation, 2 or 3 sentences perhaps into the paragraph, is information that sounds as though it could come from that same article or source, or it could come from you as the writer of the paragraph. In other words, the source is ambiguous. We don't know whether it's the source's information or your information in your writing. Now, if that occurs in your paper and you have included citations within it, I'll simply question the source for that information and ask you to go back and revise that to clarify that information, either in your own writing style or in the expansion of your citations throughout the paragraph. Now, I won't penalize you for casual plagiarism. I'll simply call it to your attention and ask you to revise it. If you don't revise it and it continues to appear in revisions, then that will affect your grade slightly in the development of your paper and submission of your paper. So, that's what we mean by flagrant plagiarism and casual plagiarism. Folks, be careful with it. All you have to do is cite your sources. At the paragraph level, at the sentence level, every time you use information from an outside source. Now, in the course materials, I have provided many examples of how to cite your sources and how to recognize those authorities that you use them and where you use them in your paper. I have exercises for you in the course assignments, which will also teach you how to cite appropriately to avoid both types of plagiarism.